I can't do GTA, Josh. That's can. I know. It is unreal. How much snow did you guys get? Nobody must want to hang out with me. Oh shit, it's still snowing over there? Or up there, I guess. Over, whatever. Damn. Shit, that sucks. Oh, I'm tired. My back is like killing me. Oh shit. Yeah, it's in the low teens here. It's a little chilly. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't know why other people aren't coming in. I never have this issue. Probably because it says with Stacy. Oh shit. Oh, that's cool. How long does it take you to get from Erie down here? Like three hours or so? About four. Well, I was kind of sort of close. Kind of sort of not.
I got another question.
But
So when I first took my unemployment, I was making 1950, and when I got my last pay stub, they said 2075. So should I call back and change it?
no, because you're not working, so I don't know why they would have even given you a raise. That makes zero sense to me.
Yeah, I literally was off, came back for a week, and they gave me a raise that week, and then laid me off. So I didn't know I got my raise until I got my pay stub after I called unemployment.
No, you put in what was on your pay stub, so
Yeah, but my pay stub, my recent pay stub was 2075. And the one I put
mm,
down before was 1950.
Josh, are you still in here? Shows me three. You're the only one that's talking.
I just wasn't sure.
Josh would probably know the answer to that. Yeah, Josh is in here. You want to ask him?
I just I filed unemployment, and before I got laid off, I was making 1950, but the check that I got after I got laid off, they gave me $1.25 raise, and when I called unemployment, I was making 1950, and when I got my most recent check, my last check, um, they gave me $1.25 raise, so I was making 2075 for that week. I just wasn't sure if I should call back and tell them that I got a raise. But I mean, I only because I was off for Christmas, and then I worked a single week, and that week they gave me a raise, and then they laid me off. So then the week after I got my pay stub, and I seen that I got a $1.25 raise. I just don't know if I should call back to unemployment and tell them
Yeah, so he never knew until they sent him a paper after he was laid off that he got this raise. So now he's wondering if he should call unemployment and let them know that or just leave it at what it is. Because that's kind of an asshole thing to do. Like, you lay somebody off and then you give them a raise.
Yeah, I was literally off work for what it was like two.
Josh said I wouldn't say a word. That's their problem.
Yeah, but if don't you think that I would get more back from unemployment if I told them that I
The more you make, the more that they take. Just remember that, son.
yeah that's fair.
I never heard of something like that, Josh. Like you get laid off and then you get a paper in the mail saying, "Oh, we gave you, a dollar or some raise."
It was my paper, it was my pay stub.
Or well, yeah, in the mail. Exactly. They'll just take more taxes out of it. I don't know. Like I said, I personally never fucking heard of that. I don't know. I don't know. That's just screwed up in my opinion, but what you do? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Yeah. See, that's the first time hearing about that too. Well, tax fucking season. That's laughable at best anymore. I think we got $100 and some back last year. What? I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna say probably next week. You just have to keep an eye on it, honey. And the thing about it is, though, Josh, is why are they threatening to shut the fucking government down again? That puts so many people at risk because you know what? They will lose their food stamps. They'll lose their LIHEAP, which if some of you guys don't know what LIHEAP is, it's to help with your heating bill or your electric bill. It totally fucks with people. Totally fucks with people. That's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. But you know what? They don't care because their fucking pockets are full. So why should they give two shits? And everything's, to get it Trump, to get it Trump, to get it Trump. They ain't hurting him. He ain't hurting for money. Hi, Tommy. It hurts, the little people. Yeah, I can remember. Oh my goodness. Well, obviously, when my kids were still young enough for us to claim, Adam would get his W two. It was like, I couldn't wait to get our taxes done, and now it's just like, whenever I do them, because I do them myself. It's no big deal. It's like when I get to it, I get to it.
Hey
Hi,
kiddo,
Tommy.
how you doing?
Not too bad. My tummy's a little off since I had breakfast, but
Mhm.
I'm okay.
Yeah, going through a lot right now.
Oh no, what's the matter?
Well, Amber. place that she works at, the funeral
Yeah.
home,
Uh-huh.
they fucking dipped her off 6 hours. They owe her 90 something dollars.
Jeez.
So now we're trying to survive to the at least to the third. I'm scraping, it's scraping, but if that never happened, then it's kind of my fault because I shouldn't have a high cable bill either. But it is what it is there. But I ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, I mean, I called her work. I told her work. I sent in the pay stub. Amber says she's gonna work on it. I just hope they work on it quicker than. I mean, they paid her before when this happened. It's always after the holidays. Somehow it screws up.
Hmm.
Yesterday they told me that she had no she had no there was no transportation, so that meant she wouldn't have no work. So I kept her home, and then she went to work yesterday, and they said, "Oh, we went to work," and I didn't know.
Huh.
So that kind of like took 3 hours off that job, that guaranteed job Tuesday to Thursday,
Right.
which I mean I was just I didn't want her to go there and have do nothing. So I just like screw it, just stay home and take it as that. But
That's ridiculous.
Hi, Stacy.
Hello, how are you?
she's doing good.
Good.
Just got back from the pharmacy.
Yeah, I have to get mine too,
Had to go get
probably.
my diabetic meds.
She had to go get her diabetic med.
Yes, I need Mama home.
Good thing we have a person around here that, as long as we give him some gas money, he'll take her, so she didn't have to walk. And it's cold.
Yeah, none of the sidewalks are clear either.
You know, what down in
Going heading down
heading
there.
down there?
Yeah.
And
Was that good enough for him?
Yeah.
Uh,
that's another thing that kind of irks me.
Whatever we give them, he
Whatever
says is good.
happened to people
But even
just
if you
being
could round up
neighborly
$3
and
out, I'd appreciate
helping
it.
your neighbor out. Like my neighbor guy, he
mm,
come down. He charged me $10 for my driveway, which I don't have a big driveway at all. But whatever. It was definitely half-assed, but it was a lot better than because I can't do it with my back. It's a lot better
right.
than my boys and my husband, out doing it or whatever. So I appreciate it, but I'm just thinking to myself, whatever happened to the days where your neighbor could use some help or knocking and saying, hey, do you have a cup of sugar I can get off of you or something like that. Everybody wants money for everything. There's no such thing
Everything.
as, a favor or something like that. If y'all were my neighbors
No.
and I knew Debbie needed a ride or something like that,
Monkey, look at
I'm not going to take
Mama.
a penny for gas
Yeah.
money. You know what I mean? Like, if I
hmm
can help somebody out, you help somebody out.
Well, I mean, I understand. No, with him, it's just like he doesn't really work. He takes care of his mom, and he door dashes when he can. So if I can throw him a couple bucks, it's appreciated. You know,
No, I mean, I get it. I do. I get it. But like I
it's
said,
just like
too,
if you can do. I mean, I'm the type of person I don't want to get I rather give him something that way because it costs money to run your car. You know that.
Yeah, he was running on fumes.
And he's running
it
on fumes
does.
anyway, so that $5 I gave him could put something in his car
Yeah.
until he can get more money.
We gave him a quarter,
Right.
Nate.
Yeah,
No, I get it. I
I
get it. I
mean,
really, really do. But like I
Uh-huh.
said,
I'm
you
gonna go
know,
chair back.
whatever happened to people just doing things for people because they want to do it. You know what I mean?
he
It'd
would
be
do it
different.
even if I didn't have it, but it
It'd be
sucks if he
different.
was that
Like
low on his.
if somebody needed to go someplace and it was like an hour away or something like that, you know, then I could see, you know what I mean? Like, here's like, $10 or something like that, or,
Oh,
20
trust
bucks,
me,
whatever,
thi-
whatever.
this
But
this is definitely not an hour away.
it's not what?
It's definitely not an hour away.
Well, no, that's what I'm
You can
saying.
get there in
Like,
like 5 minutes. You can probably get there to Walgreens.
Oh, yeah. Walking, it takes me 15 minutes
Walking takes her 15 minutes
in
damn.
good weather.
in good weather. But
Yeah,
it's just a thought, you know what I mean?
right.
I mean, especially when he's running on fumes, he didn't really have much gas, but he's doing her a favor.
Yeah.
So give him a couple dollars so he get more gas in his car. That way, if he has to run an errand for his mom, he can. Because his mom's elderly.
I guess the reason with the neighbor that did plow, I guess why it kind of irks me is because I know
What
he's
about
not hurting for money at all. Matter of fact, he's
I'm
like,
about showing their
I
cars
have
out.
zero debt, blah 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 blah. So somebody that doesn't need it, and then it's like, you could just do a couple swipes, which is what he did, and just be like, I'm not worried about it. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about it.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I understand.
I don't know. I'm so ready for my husband to
I
come
mean,
home.
but yeah, I don't know. That's just. I just watched a replay of the border patrol guy there, Barzar guy there.
Oh,
He
Pullman.
said he worked. Yeah, he said he worked under every president since Reagan on up. And this is what don't get me. When Obama was doing this shit and he had ICE helping him, there was not a word. There was nothing.
No, hi Matthew. It all
Well, now
depends
now it's
Now,
who
Trump,
you are.
Trump's doing it. It's like oh Batman. But like he said, if they would do it like if the police department catches somebody and you find out they're
the illegal alien.
whatever, you call ICE and have ICE come to the jail and pick them up.
Yeah.
That way they can only send like 2, 3 guys. They don't have to send out a full team. And then you got all these fucking retards in the middle of the street sitting in front of their house, sitting in front of the hotels, and then you had those 2 nurses come out saying, "Oh, if they come on my floor, I'm gonna kill them, poison their food." And
Oh
any
yeah.
hotel person poisoning their food. I mean, it's like I understand you don't want know what they're doing, but these fucking people wouldn't piss on you if you're fucking on fire. That's why I don't understand.
Well, I'll tell you something that I seen this morning. I don't know. I have no idea if there's truth to it with all the AI shit going around. But
Mm-hmm.
the guy that was just unalive, the last one,
Mm-hmm.
um, so apparently, what was it, like a week before this happened or something? And there's video clips or whatever, but he had a run in with ICE and he was wearing a bulletproof vest. He spit either on or at the ICE agents, and I think I want to say like he smashed one of their headlights or something like that.
It hit the back of their car and it knocked the light off.
Okay, it
This
was
this
something like
all
that. It was
it
something
was
like
all
that.
before the shooting.
Yeah,
He
like a
he he
week,
kicked
like
the
a week.
he kicked the thing, he kicked the light off, and I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of
So
that, like
this,
you said, with all this AI going on, you don't know what's the truth anymore.
yeah. Thing about it
That's
is,
why I think that these
is
ICE agents should have body cams on them at all times.
well, I don't know why that wouldn't have been addressed right then and there. You know what I mean? So then,
Mm-hmm.
like, my thinking is, okay, it was not addressed. And then, come a week later, he's back, videoing or, whatever. Was it that they recognized, oh, this is the person? So, we're just going to be, I don't know, extra hard, I guess, on the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But that's almost like if your kid's bad and they did something last week and then I'm thinking about it today and oh, I'm going to give my kid a licking or something because they were bad for something that they did last week. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Like he should have
I mean,
been
you can't
punished.
punish someone that. It's like if we ever
No.
did something a week ago, I'm not gonna sit there and say, "Yeah, I remember a week ago you did this, so now you're punished." No.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I said, he was right there. And if he's, was spitting and kicking or hitting or whatever, the vehicles, okay, then you arrest him, detain him, whatever, whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
just, I like I said, the only thing that really makes me think that they were in the wrong this time is because I did not see that he was being a threat to them. He wasn't, showing his pew pew, nothing like that. And then for the one ICE agent, after they did the guy in, walks away and was clapping. I thought that was a real asshole thing to do.
Like I said, I mean,
I think
you
to
can't
some
really.
of
I
them,
mean,
not all of the agents, but to some of them, I think the powers really got into their head and they're just taking it and completely running with it.
right.
But I don't know.
I don't know. Some people are thinking that all this shit is fake. Some guy was talking about he thinks it's fake.
Well, it's not fake.
No,
It's certainly not
like
fake.
how could I say it? I don't want to say fake, but
I mean, these
like it's
people are
like
paid
what they're saying is
agitators.
like the woman that got shot in the face. They're trying to say, well, they didn't show anything. How do you know she's dead and not alive? And they just gave her a new name and moved her away. That's what they're trying to say.
Well, I would think that, okay, he ended up with broken ribs after he kicked their tail light out. He went back out to them the next week armed with extra magazines. He was not following orders. Then what led to the shooting? See, and that's the whole point that I was getting at was, he had every right to be packing. He was legal, but why? Why all of the extra magazines?
You never know, honey. You never know. Maybe he
Yeah,
was
I mean,
thinking about taking some ice agents out. You don't know.
I'm really really torn on this one, Kendra, because I see that, but then on
Give
the
me a
other
saber
side, it's
ride.
like I,
Hello?
I don't know. I'm really really torn. Same way with the first one. I'm kind of sort of torn about that too because, like I said, you have time to be pulling your weapon instead of actually unaliving somebody. Why wouldn't you just like shot a tire out or something like that?
He would have kept his fucking ass at home and none of this would have happened.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right, Tommy.
Like I said, they're out there protesting and putting their life on the line for murderers, rapists, child molesters, fucking scum. These people would not piss on them. If they went to Somalia right now as an American, they would be killed. You're
Yeah.
trying to save a criminal, a dangerous criminal. Now, what would have happened? if this bad person murdered one of their family members?
See, and
How
I
would they feel then? How
that
would they feel then?
that's
How
every
would they, how would that how would a protester feel if they raped their kid, if they killed their parents? If it happened to them, how would they feel towards that person?
and that's my comeback every single time, Tommy. You know, the people that are standing out there, you know, protesting and stuff like that. God forbid if it was one of their family members that, you know, got
Mhm.
unalived or was raped or
Would the
anything
song be remain the
from one
same?
of these
Would the
illegal
song remain the same?
people,
No, it wouldn't.
their minds would totally go the opposite way. But because it
Hmm.
didn't happen to them and it didn't happen to their families, you know,
Right.
oh, you should be showing compassion, you know, blah blah blah. And yes, Kendra, I did see that where his family, especially his father, was like, you know, don't be going out there, don't be doing this, you know, blah 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 blah. And he went and he did it anyway. So I
You're
mean,
gonna
he
find out.
was, you
Come to
know,
find out that Renee Good's father-in-law is actually a Trump supporter.
absolutely, Kendra. I'm not saying that it was right or it was wrong either way. I'm just, I guess, really picking through this last one because what I seen was the agent pushed the girl, the woman down, and the guy that they unalived went over and was like, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" And next thing you know, they had him on the ground, and it literally showed them pistol whipping him in the face, like kneeing him in the face. One of the agents went over, unarmed him, and then it was boom, 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 boom.
Hmm.
The ICE agent, one of them was walking off or walking away, I'm sorry, and was clapping, you know. So I'm really torn when it comes to this one because was it necessary? Was it necessary?
Well, no, once you take the weapon away, it wasn't necessary. But the thing is
And the
this,
weapon
though,
was taken
Stacey,
away.
these people have been threatened. These people have been getting shit thrown at them. These people have been getting run over.
Their finger bit off. I mean,
Uh,
come
I
on.
mean, and I'm not going to say all cops ain't good. There are cops out there that need probably to go back through training.
There's a lot of tyrant cops out there. And I'll tell you what, I watch it's Amaganstant Press and him and his son they go out and they do they video. They take pictures and they video. It's just to uphold the Constitution. And
Hmm.
nine chances out of ten, they get the cops called on them. Because oh, it's that's illegal to do. I don't want my picture taken. You need to erase that. You're disturbing, blah 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 blah. But it's all a thing because they know what their rights are. You know what I mean? So it's kind of sort of, I guess, to teach people, you know, like you have these rights. If you don't use them, you're going to end up losing them. And excuse me, usually the officers that do attend to, you know, these callings or whatever, they're pretty much on their side, on immigrants' side. But then you have these tyrant cops that are like, they don't know what the law is. They don't know, you know, when you took this job, you know, you took a an oath to uphold the Constitution and stuff like that. So I don't know. Like I really enjoy watching him. That I will say, a lot of the other ones I can't even stand watching because they will just go out and I'll just say, I guess, like just harass people and get them to call the cops. They're in it for the money, you know. They end up they'll sue like a town or a city or something like that, and that's not the way to go about doing it. Absolutely not. And they do
7 years in
a
prison.
lot of the
Animal
stuff
cruelty is
where
now a federal felony.
they would go into
Good.
like a post office and like, oh, you're not allowed. There's a thing, it's called poster 7, and that's on every single post office's wall. So it absolutely, you are allowed to. Same way with the courthouse, they say you're not allowed to. Well, their rules does not trump the Constitution. So, and that's exactly what him, Jason is the father's name, and Ben is the son's name. And they travel along with his wife. They travel all over the United States doing this, you know, and they're not out there provoking people, suing, towns and cities and people, or whatever. So I hope sometime I actually get to see them around here, which I live in a very small town, but you never know.
I know they came to Connecticut, but I haven't seen them up in my neck of the Connecticut. They were more like probably like in Hartford, Britain, all the big cities. I mean,
They were in East Hartford.
yeah, they were in East Hartford, but East Hartford's a town over. They weren't
I said
here. As far as I know, they didn't come here.
the one time I went to the courthouse to pay my taxes, I said to the security up there, he's an older guy, he's super super nice. But I thought to myself, just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna ask him this. So, went in, put your stuff, had to walk through the thing or whatever. And he's like, "There you go, man. Have a nice day." And I was like, "You too." And then I said,
I was
"You
gonna
mind
put
if I
your
ask
soda
you a
in, but
question?" He's like,
I don't
"No,
like
go
opening
ahead."
it.
And I said to him, I
Yeah,
said, "If I
I'll get
came in here and I was videotaping or taking pictures, what would you do?" He said, "Just tell you to have a nice day." He said, "The only thing is that which this is against the law is you cannot have that in a courtroom. The courthouse
Right.
itself, absolutely you can. Absolutely you can."
I don't know.
I just
Like
think
I said, Stacey,
This bitch has got
I,
some weird
I,
ass
I
dog.
really think that these people are off their medication. If they're out there in zero weather, screaming and yelling, and then crying that they got arrested. Like that one woman, she goes, "We weren't doing nothing. We were trying to get away from the spray, and they got my husband." Well, what the fuck were you doing there?
did you see for
Sorry,
one, all of these
I
people
don't
were
give a.
out with whistles, whatever it
Yeah,
was that
God,
they could
God
bang
said,
on,
God does,
just
God says, love thy neighbor, but He did not say love my illegals.
yeah. But they were literally these protesters, paid agitators, if you will. They were outside of, I think it was like the hotel or whatever that the ICE agents were staying, and they were out there with their whistles and just anything that
Hmm.
they could bang on to make all this noise, so they couldn't, get sleep or rest or something. And I'm just thinking to myself, why are they not being arrested? That's disturbing the peace.
Well, they kind of like did it when it got later on during the night. They
Oh yeah,
told them if they
yeah,
didn't leave, they were going to get arrested.
yeah. It was at night, just so they could,
But
like, I guess, keep them from not getting sleep and rest, so they can do their job.
and I heard that they had people tracking them and then telling them where they were at.
There was one. It was it it was either last night or the night before. I was telling Ken. I said there was on one site on Facebook, there was somebody that had posted that ICE was up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, which that's a couple of hours from here, north of us.
Hmm.
And I said to Ken, I said, that's like a big no no. You have people that are following them. And I did see a couple of videos where these people, they would get pulled over and they were told, we know you're following us. Stop following us. You're impeding upon, our investigations and, shit like that. If you continue to do this, you will be arrested. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
thinking, that's why I said to Ken, well, to everybody that was, in chat on panel or whatever, I said, that's just like if you're driving down the road and you see a cop and you flash your lights to let somebody else know or vice versa, that's against the law too because it's impeding.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I ain't got a law degree, but I'm not stupid either.
I don't got one either, but I know that
I know
fucking
common sense.
yeah, I know common sense.
And common sense tells me keep your fucking ass at home and let them do their job.
I like that one that where some guy was like, "Well, this poor girl will never get to see her children again." Well, she would have went fucking home to be able to see her children.
She only has one of her kids. Baby daddy
But
died.
what?
She only had one of
Where
her
was
kids.
where was all this? Where was all this? Marching and protesting when the woman got stabbed on the subway, or the woman that got stabbed on the bus, or the woman that got raped and killed by all these people.
Well, they don't
Where
like
was all that
they don't
support?
like to say that. They don't like to talk about
Uh,
that.
yeah, they don't want to talk about that, but they want to talk about these are the people you're protecting.
Well,
And
like I
I'm not
said,
gonna go
Tommy,
to I'm not gonna go
they
there and protest my feelings towards it because I'm for getting these people out of here. So I'm gonna get
I'm
my ass kicked if
absolutely
I go
for
down
it.
there. I'll probably get my ass beat if I go down there. That one guy was got his ass kicked in New York for saying what he had to say. He had his head all bleeding, and
I mean,
it's just
I don't know. It's like I said before, Tommy. God forbid, but if the people that are against ICE, if something was to happen to one of their loved ones by an
exactly.
illegal, they would change
Hmm.
their tune real quick,
Of course they would. Why
real
wouldn't
quick.
they? Why wouldn't
I
they?
think,
Oh, it didn't happen on my porch, so why should I worry about it?
you know,
That's how they're looking at it. Like, oh,
pretty much, absolutely.
what did they do? What did they do? They didn't do nothing. They're here legally. They need to get out of here. A lot of them got fucking paid to be here.
Yeah, through
Well,
fucking Biden.
that's what happens when Biden and Camel Toe just opens the border. Come on in.
Well, like he said, he goes, they're offer free money, free hotels, free this, free that.
And you want to know what it
And
was
that puts,
for? Votes.
mm-hmm,
Do you know that they had to sign a paper agreeing that they were going to vote and they were going to vote Democrat? Did you know that?
yep, I
And if they
did.
weren't, they were taken right back.
And Trump never got the FBI going to search for those things about the election they stole from him.
Well, if it's all going to come out, and the reason that they're after Trump so much is because Trump has so much shit on them. If they would have even a smidge of shit on Trump that they say they do, that would have been brought out years ago.
Yeah,
Come on now.
just like the Epstein files. They had that since Biden was in office.
Phil, yeah, until the files were released, and then you see all these Democrats,
Mm-hmm,
you see all these celebrities. Well, guess
mm-hmm.
what? No, no, they don't want nothing to do with the Epstein files now. No, no, no. We brush that under the rug.
No, why should we?
Fucking idiots. Well, guys, I gotta get going. I mod for a lady on whatnot at 2:22, so I'm gonna get off. go
Okay.
see and mod for her. But
All right,
I'll talk
kiddo.
to you tonight. Thanks
I'll
for
talk to you
stopping by.
later. Bye bye.
Bye.